Hello and welcome to the last workshop of ICX Sales Academy, which is about leadership in sales. This topic is special as it can be specifically interesting for people who are team leaders right now or who are planning to become team leaders, and of course for LCVPs and LCPs as well, as it will show you how to properly track sales team, how to make sure that your sales team achieves the goals. The topics we will cover is how to define your sales goals, how to keep the sales funnel flowing even during the vacations and conferences, and how to review your performance as well as how to do upselling. We'll start with 8 steps to setting smarter sales goals. And the first one of those is pretty simple. You should have monthly sales goals set based on your termly goals. You should calculate your monthly, weekly goals as well for each team, as well as individual goals for each member. It is important for people to understand how the semester goal is distributed into months and how this monthly goal is also distributed into weeks to make sure that you are putting enough needed actions to achieve those weekly goals, which will end up to be monthly goal that is achieved, and of course the semester goal as well. Step number 2 is to have waterfall goals. What does it mean? Is simply that you need to increase your members' goals from week to week, from let's say 20 emails to 35 emails in the second week, not from 10 to like 50 or 60, because it can be quite over challenging. But it also tells you that as soon as you educated your members and as soon as they already know the basis of what they should do and how to make it happen, you can slowly increase their goal to also give them more responsibilities. Step number 3 is to also set sequence goals. This one is to determine which goals bring the highest value when they are achieved and make sure that your members are meeting those goals. So let's say if at this certain point in the timeline, it's mostly important for you to get meetings raised, then you are focusing on this goal. Step number 4 is to have activity goals. That means that you need to use your team leader or members' historical performance throughout the sales funnel to figure out how many emails, how many calls, and how many meetings they need in order to reach certain amount of opens they want to have. That will help you to understand that, of course, the end goal, which is opens in my example, needs to be there through this and this action steps, which are emails, calls, and meetings. And if you do not do those, you will not be able to reach your opens goal. Step number 5 is called incentivized goals. It means that you should really consider what motivates your member. Maybe you can set together with your team some special prize or recognition, let's say a team dinner or going to an escape room after you have reached certain target. It will help your people to keep striving for something they want to do together as a team and feel extremely motivated and charged for even better results in the future. Step number 6 is to also track goals progression. You need to monitor it constantly, and you can track it via a specific dashboard or tool you have. And your members should for sure have access to this tool and see how they are doing in terms of their performance and weekly numerical goals achievement. Step number 7 is called stretch goals. You set those for highly performing members. Let's say if you have a high performer, you can set realistic stretch goals, probably like 125% of the actual goal you want to see there, to motivate people to work even better. And who knows, if they reach that target, then they would for sure reach the goals that were meant to be there, but also they will overachieve them, which is super good. Step number 8 is mantra goals. This is the one where, for example, you know that one of the members is lacking behind with calls, let's say, and you pair him up with the other member who is good with that. So you can have them work together on that and help. One member would help the other one to achieve and improve in this specific metric performance. And those are a couple of examples of individual goals. You can stop the video and read through them, as well as some team goals examples, which you can also get inspired from. Good. Moving on to the second topic of this workshop, keeping the sales funnel flowing even if people are on vacations or during the conferences. Here, I want to show you a couple of action steps which you can take in order to make sure that your performance doesn't stop. Step number one is to schedule a pipeline and opportunity checkup. As team leader, you should know what is there in the pipeline at this specific moment, preferably 1 week or even 2 weeks before the potential holiday on a conference should happen. And you should know what are the touch points you need to follow up on. Maybe there are some specific partners you still need to call during this period, just to make sure that you have a list of those things that should happen in mind, not to miss it out during this period of time. Step number two, organize your in my absence team. If you know that some people will be absent, make sure that other people in the team back up their workload, and there is always someone who is willing to step in to cover the performance. And step number three, prepare customers and prospects as though they are your coworkers. If you really need to inform some of your partners that you will be absent, make sure you set up automatical reply, auto respond to your email, or even if you need to give someone a call and say that you will be absent, do so, because it's better than if people would be wondering why you are not answering. Step number four, automate content to keep conversation going even when you are gone. There are multiple of emailing platforms and system right now, which can help you to automate your emails you want to be sending out, for example, for your sales process. And step number five, do not go too off times without a plan. As team leader, it's your responsibility to make sure that operations keep running even if it's holiday or a conference period. And lastly, let's talk about the sales manager's guide to performance reviews. So this series says that there are 4 types of members, and the first of them is the one who does not meet expectations. So this member does not understand the core product offerings of partners, conducts little to no research on prospect before a call, provides limited data information in the tool, unwilling to improve their skills. Type of member number 2 is the one who needs improvement. And for example, this person could be struggling to overcome objections, lacking information, and lacking confidence when negotiating. Prospecting and presentation skills are improving, but they rarely hit their monthly target. Type of member number 3 is about the one who meets expectations. So this person sets reasonable goals and hits those goals each month, takes extra care to fully understand the prospect's challenges and priorities, and provides them with a holistic solution, consistently meets or exceeds the goal, and enters prospects and deal information to the spreadsheet timely and on the consistent basis. And type of member number 4 is the one who exceeds expectations. So this is about the member who has introduced some new approach for pipeline management that was better than the old one, demonstrates initiative and is eager to learn and apply new sales techniques, is a leader of the team and helps fellow sales members with call, shadowing, and feedback sessions, consistently exceeds their goal. And as a team leader, you should be striving to bring all your members to this level, so to the number 4 level. And also, this type of assessment can be useful for you just to sit down and to understand who of your members are type 1 member, type 2, 3, 4, and brainstorm and think on how you can bring them on the higher level. Lastly, the thing that I wanted to talk to you about is 9 non-sleazy strategies for upselling. So how can you offer more to your partners? First step is to take the time to understand what success means to them. Set and track measurable goals. Identify customers with a real need for additional services. If there is really space to take a second intern, think about it. Start providing value as soon as possible with quick wins. So demonstrate how good you are with communication, how valuable the people you are showing to the partner are, so they already develop trust in you and your services. Pitch ideas, not just upgrades. You can talk in categories of imagine how good would it be for your project to have this additional source of let's say marketing skills which can help you to move even further. Sell those to them, not interns, let's say. Step number 6, time upsells with milestones. That means that you should clearly understand when is the best time to upsell and when you need to wait a little bit. Provide a transparent pricing breakdown. If you can, for us, it's in IG at least, it's not an option right now, but in the future, if you potentially want to, let's say, offer some different services with different pricing, you can think about it as well. Identify trends and apply to your sales process. This is simple. See what people are interested in, and also use social proof to convince them. If you could mention, for example, that 20% of our startups customers are taking 2 interns instead of 1, it might make them think that they want to be as well like others. Good. That would be it for the last workshop of the Sales Academy. You can ask me the questions you have in the comments, and thank